Here we go. The pace car pulls down into the pit area, and the green flag waves. The race is underway. Jackrabbit, Rusty Wallace got out to the lead, has now led 17 of the last 20 races here in Richmond. The battle is for second between Burton and Schrader.
And they've run side by side for a lap. Burton in the 99 car just has not been able to get by the 33 of Schrader. They get awfully close there as Sterling Marlin. He don't know which one to follow.
And that's exactly what Ned and I were talking about just a couple of minutes ago. You can race at this racetrack side by side, as Schrader and Burton are proving.
Okay, well, that's too bad, because he did have such a great qualifying run, and really that team had their hopes high for tonight.
Well, with Burton in second, this becomes the race for third spot, and Jeff Gordon, it appears, will take it from Ken Schrader.
He might have as much trouble as Jeff Burton. No, he's not going to have too much trouble as he.
And here's trouble on the front straightaway. It looks like maybe, is that Rick Mast? Rick Mast.
Yes. A big puff of smoke right here at the starting line, and look at the car fill up with smoke.
And the caution flag is out. And we see the fire underneath the car as some of that oil is getting on the exhaust. And Rick, there's a fire under your feet there, bud. If I was you, I'd be stopping.
And look at all the smoke that is in the air. John Kernan.
What we're being told from the crew down here in the pits is that Rick Mast has broken an oil line, and the oil coming pouring out and then getting on the header pipes, and that's what started the fire. So a broken oil line for Rick Mast as he comes down pit road, smoke boiling out of that race car. He'll pull it behind the wall too, and they'll try and get it repaired.
And you can see Ricky Rudd is back out on the racetrack.
Rudd is 15 laps down. Rick Mast is 5 laps down, and the winningest driver here at Richmond since the reconfiguration of the track, since it was linked to the 3/4 of a mile, Rusty Wallace is still leading.
Ooh, Jeff Burton, I believe, got into the wall coming off of turn 2, and Jeff Gordon got into the back of him as Burton had to slow down and get his car back under control.
Gordon took the third spot, or the second spot away rather, from Burton.
See Ricky Rudd working hard on Rusty Wallace, trying to get back in front. Rudd is several laps down, 15 laps down.
Yeah, he'd like to get one of those back, and Rusty wouldn't hurt him to let him go ahead. Ricky has on fresher tires than does Rusty right now, so.
Sterling Marlin getting a challenge from Dale Jarrett down in 1. He's alongside. The bad news for Sterling, I think a lot of these cars are going to get by. Oh, but DJ goes in the corner a little too hard. Drifts up the hill, leaves that opening for Bobby Labonte.
Like he gained a spot, maybe going to lose one.
Oh, they got a crash. Looks like Dale Earnhardt's involved.
Joe Nemechek.
Robert Presley.
Dale Earnhardt's car is blazing, leaving a trail of flames.
That must be the fuel pump that was knocked off the car.
So the 5-time winner here at Richmond, Dale Earnhardt, has a problem. So does Joe Nemechek. That car severely damaged, at least on the right side.
Yeah, Joe doesn't realize how severe that damage is, but he's going to try to get back to the pits.
And Robert Presley also has some major damage.
Okay, all 3 of those cars are torn up severely. See Presley's car pancake. There we see Presley right in the middle of the corner. He goes up, and something happens to the right front, like he blows the right front tire, and along comes Earnhardt and Nemechek with just no place to go. Victim of circumstances.
They had their full acceleration coming off of turn number 2, and when Presley had his problem up there, they were just on top of him.
That's what you saw just a moment ago from our turn 3 camera. And look at the fire in Earnhardt's car when he knocked that fuel pump off. Wow.
This is only a 3/4 mile racetrack, but the two cars that crashed earlier today, Dennis Setzer and Jimmy Spencer, both had to be removed from the racetrack on a rollback, indicating the severity of the damage that the cars can suffer here in an accident. And there is the latest victim, one of the latest victims, Dale Earnhardt, with a lot of smoke rising from that area over near turn number 3.
You know, we always continue to talk about qualifying and how you can qualify in the back and work your way up to the front because you can pass on this racetrack. But we always talk about what a disadvantage that qualifying poorly is. There's a classic example, because the more cars you're behind, the more chance you are to become involved in an accident.
Very good point.
There's a Jasper car right on the outside, right in front of Kenny Irwin, and just the right front breaks, the tire goes flat or something breaks on the right front. The car just veered into the outside retaining wall.
Green flag waves again. Rusty Wallace will get out ahead of Ricky Rudd, at least for the moment. Wallace has led nearly a fourth of all the fall race laps on the 3/4 mile track.
Rick Mast, evidently they tightened up the oil line fitting. It worked because no smoke.
Rick Mast is 5 laps down.
And John Kernan has an update on Robert Presley's condition.
He's just adjusted because that's where his car right now wants to be to get around the racetrack. And there we see how far it is up to the leader, Rusty Wallace and Mark Martin. It's about 6.5 seconds.
And the interval down to just 1/3 of a second that last lap before they encounter the traffic in the form of Dave Marcus. And look at Todd Bodine. Boy, he is a man on a mission.
Up to 7th position.
Giving that car a good ride. They have a potential sponsor that was here, we understand, this weekend for that car. That'd be great to see a sponsor go on it. So they wanted to make a good run here, and they're doing so.
He's gained 11 positions since the start of the race.
Like Bobby's Interstate Batteries Pontiac, Bobby Labonte's car has gone away a little bit here
And
now.
look at this. Jeff Burton has caught Rusty Wallace, but can he make the move?
Well, we have an indication now of which cars are better on long runs, and it looks like Jeff Burton and Bobby Hamilton might be a little bit better because we've run more than 90 laps.
You see that brake rotor on Jeff Burton's car? Turn that cherry red when he goes down to the corner. And we see Bobby Hamilton back there. He's been able to get by Jeff Gordon. He's closing in on this lead twosome.
He's only about 3/4 of a second behind Rusty.
Well, we've got cameras in both these front cars looking at each other. Rusty sliding up the hill like Mark Martin. Now Jeff Burton's going to try it on the outside. Wow.
I think Rusty looked like he might be just going to give him that outside. Said, hey, if you can pass me out there, you go ahead. I'm going to stick down here on this inside. They'd probably slow their speeds down when they're running side by side.
And look at the fastest. Mark Martin was the quickest that last lap. Bobby Hamilton second and Gordon third. So Bobby Hamilton continues to be one of the fastest cars on the track.
And Jeff Burton is now the leader of the race. The Exide Batteries Ford is leading the Exide Batteries 400. They love it when a plan comes together.
Rusty led 93 laps, the first 93, and now Jeff has taken over. Jeff Burton has taken over the top spot. Meanwhile, Jeff Gordon runs back in the 4th position. We have got some great racing going on here at Richmond. As you can see, Rusty Wallace has taken the lead. He has lapped his teammate Jeremy Mayfield. The 99 of Jeff Burton now second, but Bobby Hamilton and Jeff Gordon are right there along with Ken Schrader. And now Hamilton will go to second.
And Jeff Burton has still not been able to get around the 12 car. Now he might do it on the inside.
You see Hamilton's car wiggle when Jeff Burton came down. I don't think he touched him. I just think when he moved down, he took the air off the spoiler and it got the 4 car loose. Even at a 3/4 mile like Richmond International Raceway, you can't get that car in front of you loose.
There is Kenny Schrader, who started on the outside of the front row, now running 5th.
He had dropped back a little bit, Bob, but he's coming back. That old Chevrolet is on the move now. It seems to work pretty good on the old tires. Maybe doesn't slow down as much as some of the others. Now, he didn't know whether to follow Mayfield or Gordon. I believe you better follow Gordon, though. Whoa!
I think I'll follow Gordon. Whoa!
He might have hurt me, but he's about to get too quick.
Exactly. Turn that steering wheel and the back end didn't want to go. Say what, Kenny Irwin has the last 3 or 4 races has been doing a terrific job in this 28 car.
His best finish this year came in Atlanta early on.
Clear all around.
You see the white car, Steve Grissom. Here's a battle for the lead.
Yes.
I thought this was second place, but there's the guy I thought was leading, Jeff Burton. He's back in third. Hamilton is in first.
And we have our third leader of the evening, if he can be in the lead when they come back to the line. Here's a Hardee's Field summary with the manufacturers battle once again. And Hamilton comes off corner number 4 and leads the 110th lap. And so we have had 3 leaders so far tonight. Wallace, Burton, and Hamilton. Jeff Burton led 6 laps.
I tell you what, all these guys are using that high line around this racetrack. They found that their cars get around the racetrack a little bit better. Now Schrader's been able to get by Jeff Gordon, put Schrader up to 4th, Jeff Gordon back to 5th.
And now the battle is for second place, Benny, as Burton and Wallace are wheel to wheel.
That's the way Benny drove when he Parson. He didn't go unfair to blow him off on the outside.
About 6 laps earlier than anticipated, Rusty Wallace has come down pit road. He just screamed to the crew, I'm coming in, I'm coming in. I might have a tire going down. Tires may have gone away, but in any event, Rusty Wallace on pit road for a 4-car change. Let's check in with Bill.
Great run for Jeff Burton. Wants a little more forward bite. Right side tires are already on. Fuel going in. He's been expertly coached by his spotter, Bobby Hudson, and by Buddy Parrott along pit road. Tightening the lugs. Burton is on his way.
Wow, 16.9. Great pit stop.
Dale Jarrett rolls down pit road for his first scheduled stop. Here's Jerry again.
Dale Jarrett complained that his car was too tight. He could not even get near the bottom of the racetrack where the other leaders have been running. They plan a track jar adjustment. They put the handle in the right rear. They're also going to make an air pressure change. Change 4 tires, and now 1 round, 2 rounds, 3 rounds on the track bar. We're trying to loosen the car up. 4 tires on the car number 88. Left side tires going on. Meanwhile, Bobby Hamilton and Jeff Gordon come in as DJ leads. Hamilton will get right side tires. They plan no adjustment whatsoever on the car number 4. Likewise, Jeff Gordon now getting left side tires on the car number 24. 1 round out of the bar in Gordon's car. Left side tires on. Hamilton down and away. Gordon down and away. Let's go to Bill Weber in the Kenny Schrader pit.
And a good run for Ken Schrader. He pulls into his pit stall, gets right side tires, no chassis adjustment. He'll swing around to the left side, slapping the second can of fuel. Lugs come off, tires go on. Schrader's been smooth and consistent on his times, looking for the right move. He has a good stop. The Jerry Puncher, Mark Martin's pit.
And the lead now goes to Jeff Bodine.
Yes.
This just shows you how better you are on fresher tires, as Jeff Bodine is on old tires, the leader of the race running only 115 miles an hour, and Jeff Burton back in 5th spot, who has made a recent pit stop, is over 118 and a half.
And that's 3/4 of a second. You see 23.447, 22.75, 3/4 of a second. And in 10 laps, that's 7.5 seconds. Jerry Fudge, what happened to Rusty Wallace's tires?
Well, he came in 7 laps early, but he said he thought I had a tire going down. Well, this is the right front tire off Rusty Wallace's car, and I've marked it right here. He indeed had a slice on the inside shoulder. So Rusty was going into turn 3 and said, tire, tire, tire. We were in commercial. He wasn't planning on pitting for 7 more laps, but he came down pit road and made the correct call.
And again, he is running in the 7th position. Here we have Irwin once again, along with Bill Elliott, Jimmy Spencer, and Sterling Marlin and Chad Little. Down to Bill Weber as the 22 car makes the stop.
They wanted Ward Burton on lap 140, and they got him. Car owner Bill Davis is calling the shots tonight. This team will have a new crew chief on Tuesday when Tommy Baldwin makes the move over from the 90 car. Been a good run for Ward. This team desperately needs a finish. He's got right side tires, fuel going in, left side tires going on. Burton sitting patiently in the car waiting for the jack to drop. They have trouble with Lutz on the left rear. Now Jeff heads out to John Kernan.
Jeff Bodine, who had also pitted earlier, comes in to make his scheduled pit stop. 4 tires, haven't seen any chassis adjustment as of yet. However, I didn't see an air pressure, checking the air pressure before he pitted. Coming around to the left side tires coming off, getting a little bit of trouble with that left rear tire, but they get them all tight ends away.
And you see Michael Waltrip also in the pits in the Wood Brothers Sit Go Forward. He's one of those drivers that had made what earlier pit stop. He was in second place when he came in as Bodine.
Oh, we got a crash up in turn 4. Turn 4.
One up in front of you, Watch it.
Is that Dick Trickle?
Yes, it is.
You're good. Okay.
Oh, and that's the leader. That's the leader of the race coming, and there's a car sitting in front of them.
They're trying to get laps back, and he's sitting in the middle of the racetrack.
Jimmy Spencer is the leader of the race as the race back to the caution occurs. Dick Trickle has hit the wall hard in turn number 4. He has, however, looks like gotten the car refired.
Tell you what, we see he gets the car going again. You know, these guys have just got to stay on their feet, just thinking all the time, because they had to realize Jimmy Spencer was the leader. And they had to race him back to the line. We see Trickle is there at the head of pit road. His car will not move, so obviously pit road will be closed for some time while they move that 90 car out of the way.
Dick Trickle finished 5th here in the early race of 1990, but an encounter with the wall here in 1998 has severely damaged that Heilig Myers car. Now here is the race back to the caution.
Look at Kenny Wallace in the 81 car. He shot down on the inside and is going to put himself back on the lead lap. And Chad Little coming up there in the green car.
Too close to call.
That was close.
Watch the upper right of your screen and you can see Dick Trickle into the wall. John Kernan has more. We're getting set for a restart now. Now the leader of the race is Jeff Burton, and he is 3rd in the outside line. Several cars are at the tail end of the lead lap as we go back to green.
Chad Little is one of those.
Green flag.
Takes the green flag. And Ernie Irvin is right in front of Jeff Burton as they start. Now they're almost a lap down, but when Jimmy Spencer came into the pits, that left them on the tail end of the lead lap, because they were in front of Jeff Burton.
Steve Grissom trying his best to stay in the lead lap, drive as hard as they can and hope that they get a caution flag before Jeff Burton gets up there and tries to pass them.
Well, here they come 3 deep coming out of the corner as a lot of cars are jockeying around trying to do just that. And of course that's a recipe for a caution flag when you get this many cars running this close together.
On board with Kenny Irwin as he sees a lot of traffic up ahead of him. Kenny is running in the 8th position. He's no stranger to Richmond. He's competed here in midgets and Silver Crown cars. And remember, he won the pole position for the truck race here at Richmond a few years ago.
And we see Bobby Labonte, the food line on board cameras. He sees this. And Ned Jarrett is exactly right. This is a recipe for disaster. Caution flag, breed caution flag. And so far, these guys are able to run side by side at 125 miles per hour and keep everything under control.
You know, Bob, a little bit ago I said there were 17 cars on the lead lap. Now there are 20, as Mike Skinner has gotten back on the lead lap, and we saw Jeff Bodine get his back and John Andretti. So if those drivers can get a caution, they'd be in great shape.
And there are only 2 cars out of the race, Dick Trickle and Robert Presley. Everybody else is still running, including the cars involved in that incident on the backstretch, Dale Earnhardt and Joe Nemechek.
As Spencer goes by, Mark Martin goes into the 9th spot. Hello, Johnny Benson, slow down the backstretch. Oh, Betty Crocker going for a ride. John Kernan, what's on with Benson?
It's a motor problem, Benny. In fact, 2 laps ago, he radioed in and told the crew the engine is going. It might last another 20 laps, but doesn't look like that's going to be the case. Engine problems for Johnny Vincent Jr.
And he led 11 laps here this evening, and that was the first time he had led a NASCAR Winston Cup race since Watkins Glen.
You know, I told it a little bit ago I was a little confused about these guys. Now, the fellows in front, they had stopped and changed tires. And I didn't think that 15 or 20 laps on these tires would make that big a difference, but obviously it does, as Jeff Gordon just blows by Burton.
Jeff Gordon goes to the lead, and he has not led yet tonight, but as he comes down and crosses the line, he gets credit for it, so give him 5 bonus points. Ray Evernham looks on, and his driver, Jeff Gordon.
So now this is a little bit early. We've been doing this lately, Joe. Yep. But he's got the car to do it. So, hey, a smoker here, and that's Bill Elliott. We reported earlier that he was having a problem. Now he's really having a problem with that McDonald's Ford.
Down to the apron of the racetrack, however.
I don't think he got any oil on the racetrack. I think that was just some smoke internally, and I don't believe he got any oil on the racetrack. I don't think we'll see a caution flag. And so far, we haven't seen a caution.
If he can get back to the pits.
Here's second and third in the point standings, battling for position.
Battling for 10th position. Dale Jarrett and Mark Martin.
Meanwhile, this battle is going on about 7 3/4 seconds behind the leader. We see Kyle Petty, a little smoke there for his car.
Kyle Petty and Jeff Green, the 44 and the 46, they're involved in a battle for position, the 21st spot. And Terry Labonte is also on the same lap as those 3 cars. Not on the lead lap, but on the same as Petty. And
oh, did Gordon hit the wall? He was close.
Boy, if he didn't, he came awfully close. He backed out nevertheless and gave the lead up to Jeff Burton again.
I see Rick Mass, a 75 car, trying to get by Jeff Burton. Can't quite make it. Rick is several laps down, 6 laps.
Yeah, he was one of those drivers. He was 5 laps down, got caught up in that pit stop situation, green flag pit stop situation. Now, what's Ray Evernham saying?
Lap traffic.
Didn't like that. Yeah, lap traffic. Okay.
Well, it has put Jeff Burton back at the front of this field now. But Jeff Gordon has led some laps, 4 as a matter of fact, and picks up the 5 bonus points that are very critical in his battle for his 3rd NASCAR Winston Cup championship. And you can see that Gordon now is 239 ahead of Mark Martin as we progress through this race here at Richmond. At Richmond, and we have a crash up in the 4th turn. Todd Bodine and Chad Little have crashed, and Chad was one of, if not the fastest car on the racetrack when this occurred. Here's Jerry.
They were about to bring Todd Bodine in anyway. His feet were burning in the car, and he was overcome with heat. Apparently, the inside of the car was so hot, he was having trouble breathing. They had already run Dick Trickle down here, and Trickle was standing by in the pits. They were hoping to get a caution flag to be able to get the 91 car in and put Trickle in it. The problem was, they didn't want to be the reason for the caution flag, but now they've got their flag. Trickle has the helmet on and will stand by to go in the 91 car.
Here comes Todd down pit road with a lot of damage on the left side of that car, and pit road is open, so here they come.
See that Jeff Gordon is the leader. There's Rusty Wallace. John Kernan.
Kenny Irwin is in. A great run. He's in the top 10. Also, Kevin LePage right behind him around a wedge going into Kevin LePage's car. But Kenny Irwin said, hey, the car's perfect. I wouldn't change a thing. Jeff Burton, the leader, is in. Here's Bill Weber.
Burton's getting right side tires, and then he'll get left side tires and fuel. They're going to make a track bar adjustment and return to the original air pressure. The 28 is already out, and Gordon is on pit road. Jerry's there.
And they've already changed wide side tires. Now the Rainbow Warriors going to work on the left side. Burton is out of the pits as Gordon's crew continues to work down here toward the end of the pit road. They're dropping off the jack. Here comes Burton. There goes Gordon. And they nearly touch exiting the pits. Wallace is out as they exit down in turn 1.
All right, let's take a look at a pit summary. Jeff Gordon came in first, came out second. Burton and him swapped. Hamilton lost 3. Rusty Wallace gained 1. And Ken Schrader lost 4. Bill can update Burton.
Well, a lot of discussion going on in the Jeff Burton pit. We told you they wanted to make an air pressure adjustment to return the air pressure to what it was prior to the previous pit stop. Well, they didn't make that decision until it was too late. Burton was already coming down pit road, so they wanted to get another half pound in the right front tire, only they didn't get that done. They're concerned about how the car is going to handle in this situation. Burton has been looking for more forward bite throughout the evening. We'll be watching. He is the race leader.
We're about to go back to green after a caution that came out on lap 205.
And here's what happened. We see Todd Bodine, the 91 car, coming off turn 2. I saw him slow dramatically. I didn't realize that it almost spun. And he's very slow off the corner. When he goes down in turn 3, that's when he makes contact with Chad Little. Gary?
And Todd Bodine's feet had been burning, and finally the heat had gotten to him. They've been calling to get someone. They were going to bring him in a couple of laps anyway, but the contact, of course, took place, and that's what brought out the caution flag. Now, when the car came down pit road, Todd got out of the car, and they helped him to an ambulance. He had been taken to the care center, where he will probably get some IV fluids, and we'll update it.
Boy, Kyle Petty just did not turn when he headed for turn number 1. May have lost the right front, huh, Benny?
Looks like it. The car just went straight. He got to turn 1 and the car just went straight. Now we've got a bunch of cars trying to get a laps back as no one got back.
Cannot do it.
Slow down now, guys. Slow down.
Boy, Kyle really took a shot.
10-4. I was just saying you stay tight because the cars is coming back at you.
See Kyle moving around. Like he's taking his gloves off. The steering wheel is
Hit
off.
the right front pretty hard there.
John Kernan.
Looks like you tore it pretty bad, buddy.
And what Kyle's told his crew on the radio is that the throttle hung wide open on him, and that's what caused him. When he went to let off to go into the turn, it didn't come back up off the floor, and so he went in there full tilt and hit the wall hard.
Wow. Well, it was obviously some kind of mechanical problem because there was smoke from the car as he obviously was trying to hit the brakes, and then the car shot right for the outside wall.
How lucky is Jeff Gordon? Watch this. He's going to go between the leader and the second place car. Wow.
Boom.
Well, he did hit that wall hard. Came back down. Fortunately, it stayed high enough that the other cars could go underneath him.
You see that smoke is brakes. He's nailing the brakes, trying to get the thing slowed down, but obviously when the accelerator's hung, brakes is not going to overcome that 750 horsepower. And the helicopter.
See, he's the second car in line there, trying to move on the inside of Jeff Burton, and all of a sudden, he realizes that the accelerator is still stuck open.
He just barely missed Jeff Burton. He could have taken him out real easily.
6 inches maybe.
Yep.
Man, look at all these cars going by. 4 and 5 abreast trying to get by Kyle sitting in the middle of the racetrack.
Tough break.
We tried tonight, but just come up a little short.
Okay, this is going to be real good. 3 abreast. And they just about crashed off turn 2 and trying to finish the job here, but they still able to continue on.
Now, Chad Little lost a lap when he spun with the 91 car.
Whoa,
There is
look
the crash.
That's Sterling Marlin, and he did not hit the wall, but it looks like there's a tire flat on that car. Looks like the left front tire is flat. Yes, it is.
Boy, that's a miracle he kept it out of the wall over in turn 2.
And I saw these cars come off second corner just a moment ago. This is probably where he cut the tire, was coming off the second corner. Going down to turn 1 on the outside of the 40 car, on the outside of the 22.
And right there, Benny, they're going to touch, I believe. That.
You ever see Ward Burton go up?
Yeah.
They're a bit loose when he goes up, and they're 4 abreast off the corner.
And that probably cut the tire of Sterling Marlin right
I'm
there.
sure it did.
Skinner went right between them.
Hardly any doubt there's any contact there. As he goes in the corner, and the left front tire is flat.
Jerry has more from pit road.
They just pulled that left front tire off with a huge gash in the outside of the sidewall, so 2 left side tires, and now Sterling is back on the racetrack. The lug nuts on, it's full of fuel, and he is down and away. And Jeff Gordon slowly moving in on Jeff Burton.
Yes, indeed. Gordon is making the challenge on Burton here on the 291st lap. He cannot make the pass, however.
Well, he don't have to make the pass right now. He's got 109 laps to make the pass. They have about a 5-second lead on the third place car, so he's led a lap. He has those 5 bonus points. But if I can take the lead, I might as well go ahead.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to do it.
Yep. Well, Jeff has led 10 laps tonight, but Burton will not relinquish the position without a battle.
Yeah, Burton hangs on.
Yep.
I think Burton is running exactly in the tracks that Jeff Gordon wants to run in.
Oh, a little bit of a bump.
Yeah, just a slight little bump.
Here he comes again.
He's trying it, but he just can't get that grip on the bottom of the racetrack. We see him fall back behind Jeff Burton.
More from Bill Weber.
Well, we talked about how this is a multiple groove racetrack, and guys will spend a certain portion of this race looking for the groove. Well, while Burton has been leading, that's also what he's been doing, coached by his crew and his spotter. He's found a groove he likes, but obviously, as you guys pointed out, Gordon's pretty happy in a similar groove. Now Jeff again looks inside, but can't get by the 99.
See, they're off the bottom of the racetrack, up a lane, and both cars. I would say that if Jeff Gordon were in front right now, he'd be running in exactly the same place that Jeff Burton is running.
Yeah, he's going to try to stick the nose down there. Couldn't quite do it.
And again, they're not losing ground to the third place car. Bobby Hamilton staying about the same, as a matter of fact.
Just a little over 103 laps to go in this 400-lap race. The Exide NASCAR Select Batteries 400. It's been a good one. Right now, it's Jeff Burton leading Jeff Gordon.
Well, it looks like a routine pit stop. However, it is anything but routine. Just a couple of laps ago while we were in break, Kevin radioed in and said something blew up. Says he think he blew up the rear end because he had just had an extremely bad vibration. So now they're checking the rear to spin the tire around just to check and see. So now they're telling him to let's go. He's going to go behind pit wall, we think.
Well, he had an outstanding run while he was out there. Now, Rusty Wallace lost 2 laps. However, he's just gotten one of them back, and the 99 and 24 are still battling side by side for the lead.
And we've got all this traffic right in front of them. There we see Ted Musgrave, Kenny Wallace. Thought maybe Jeff Gordon might have him that time, but now the guy that picks the right lane for the traffic is probably the guy that's going to come out in front. Is Sterling Marlin is right in front of Jeff. Jeff, you might not be in the right lane, but he can't go high because Jeff Burton is there.
Looking back from Sterling Marlin's car.
And Jeff Gordon has the lead.
And Jerry has the tire off Rusty's car.
And that could be an advantage because they've got less than 80 laps to run. So if Burton's car is better on a shorter period of time, the fact they waited to pick could help them. Here's something else. Burton's crew has 4 tires ready to put on that car. But since they knew this was going to be their last stop, they changed the set just before Burton pitted. They wanted to get a better set, a better match on the car for this final run. They also made an air pressure adjustment, and Jeff Burton is running Jeff Gordon down.
Yes, he certainly is. He is within a car length and closing in. Looking to the bottom of Jeff Gordon.
When he comes off the corner, he's there.
Now remember before on new tires, he was a good bit faster than Jeff Gordon. Had run a long time before Gordon was able to come back up there and challenge him.
He pulled out to about a 5-second lead on Jeff Gordon, as a matter of fact. And then Jeff Gordon started coming back ever so slowly. But now this is working to Gordon's advantage. If he can just keep Burton down there for a little bit. Oh! Burton came off the corner, and Jeff Gordon said, I think I better back off the gas.
So Jeff Burton does take the lead, and another battle rages between Bobby Labonte and Kenny Irwin. This is for the 8th position.
Still there.
John has a report on the 28 car.
That 28 car has been really good all night long. In fact, they haven't made any adjustments this last pit stop. They took on only 4 tires, sitting back out a pretty good pit stop with Kenny Irwin Jr. He was running 8 this time. Jeff Bodine also took on 4 tires. No adjustments for him. He had worked his way into the top 10.
And Irwin's teammate, Dale Jarrett, is also right there.
Now, all of these cars are a lap down right now as a result of Jimmy Spencer not having made a pit stop yet. Mark Martin just passed Jimmy Spencer, or I think he did, and got back on the lead lap.
Just a couple of laps ago, we see Bobby Labonte, the Interstate Batteries Pontiac, trying to get on the inside of Kenny Irwin. Little contact, and wow, Labonte got the thing sideways.
Sure did. Nice save by Bobby. Here is Jimmy Spencer, who is on old tires, but nevertheless in the lead by about 7 seconds. But look at the difference between old tires and new tires.
Once again, it's 3/4 of a second. We compared these tires earlier on 200 laps ago, and at that point, it was 3/4 of a second.
And the caution. Earnhardt has stopped on the racetrack, and you're going to see a mad scramble back to the start-finish line here as Dale Jarrett and Kenny Irwin trying to pass Jimmy Spencer, but Bobby Labonte might be the only one that'll be able to do that before they get back to the start-finish line. Bobby Labonte does get back in the lead lap.
But everybody else will stay a lap down, including Kenny Irwin, John Andretti, and others. We are back under green flag conditions here at Richmond International Raceway. 341 laps are now completed. The leader of the race is Jeff Burton, with Jeff Gordon running second. However, there are some cars up ahead of Jeff Burton, including John Andretti and Kenny Irwin and Jeff Bodine and Ernie Irvan. And those cars are on the tail end of the lead lap.
We saw Ernie Irvan stay in front of the leader. Oh, almost some contact. There is some contact, right? And Jeff Gordon goes in the lead.
Stay with it. Got one looking inside. You're clear, though.
That could have been a major catastrophe there.
And Jeff Gordon chose the right lane, and he's now in front of Jeff Burton by a couple of car lengths.
And Ted Musgrave is between them.
Meanwhile, Ernie Irvan just will not give up. He wants to stay in the lead lap. Does he have enough car? Looks like he does. Looks like he does. He does stay in front. Oh, little bump from Gordon.
We asked the question at the beginning of the show, when is this freight train going to derail the Jeff Gordon train? Well, it's still on track tonight. Here's the Bud race recap. Jeff Gordon is the leader. He has only led 28 of the 344 laps. We've had 21 lead changes in one of the most competitive races that we've seen all year. 6 caution flags for 52 laps. And the average speed a little over 93 miles an hour.
And just a lot of great side-by-side racing like we're seeing here right now.
Here is the long list of those who have led a lap. Jeff Burton has led the most laps, 106.
Whoa, Mark Martin and Dale Jarrett gets hit from behind and spins. Mark Martin almost did coming off the turn.
Back to the line now. No caution. It'll come out. Stay with it. All clear.
And it's going to allow several cars. Jeff Burton retakes the lead, and here comes the 96 car.
Caution is out.
Caution is out. Get him now.
And Ernie Irvan is going to he's going to lose a lap.
Not going to get the lap back. John Andretti and Kenny Irwin did get their laps back.
And one reason they threw the caution flag, and I really applaud NASCAR for doing that. The smoke going out in turn 1 was so heavy that if the cars had come off the corner, racing down into the corner, I don't think they would have been able to see properly. So NASCAR threw the caution flag. Great call. Now that smoke, you can see all the smoke. It's dissipated about 10 times what it was before.
All right, here we go again with the replay. Gordon and Burton battling for the lead.
Oh, a little contact, more contact.
Now the leaders are all on pit road.
And
here's
here
the
is
situation
yeah.
with Dale Jarrett on the inside of Rusty Wallace. Now Mark Martin, watch Mark. Comes there, you see, and he just barely clips Dale Jarrett, and down to the inside he goes.
Meanwhile, Burton is in. Here's Bill.
Jeff Burton has already got his right side tires. The left side tires are on. A quick stop. He's on his way. John Kernan.
Left side's going on for Kenny Irwin. No adjustments. No adjustments waiting. Now he goes a very fine. Let's go to the 24 pit, Dr. Punch.
A very quick 4-tire change for Jeff Gordon. No adjustments whatsoever. He is down and away. Likewise, Bobby Hamilton has been in the Kodak Chevrolet, and the quality care crew now waiting on Dale Jarrett after that car looped around twice to bring out the caution flag here as we are working lap 348.
Jimmy Spencer and Ernie Irvin did not come in, so Spencer is the leader of the race, and Irvin is at the tail end of the lead lap. Rusty Wallace is second, Bobby Labonte third, Mark Martin fourth, Jeff Burton fifth, and Gordon is sixth. The 99 and the 24 are mired back here in traffic.
With 4 fresh tires, that's one advantage. Rusty Wallace battling with Spencer for the lead. Here's come Mike Skinner on the inside.
Trying to go 3 abreast in there. Look there, they're going to try to come off that turn 3 abreast.
Wisely, Rusty Wallace, I think, backed out of the gas and said, this is not going to work, and you're right. And here comes Bobby Labonte on the inside. There's Labonte trying to go by Rusty Wallace for second.
Here comes Jeff Burton. The 31 of Mike Skinner is not on the lead lap.
Well,
maybe
yeah,
it is.
well, yeah, if he passes Jimmy Spencer, he will be.
Oh, Labonte and Rusty Wallace. And look at Jeff Burton on the inside. 3 abreast. Labonte backs out. Lets some guys go in the corner. Wisely. And look at Burton. He's going somewhere now. Now here comes Jeff Gordon with those 4 fresh tires. And once again, they're 3 abreast. Now Jeff Burton again going 3 abreast. Watch as he comes off the corner and turns that thing. He's on the inside. Oh, he gets banged. Rusty, how in the world did he save it? He saved that car.
I don't know how he did it.
Unbelievable.
Well, let's see. He's still right on the back bumper of Burton. Well, this is Saturday night racing at its best.
It is. He was completely sideways, saved it, didn't lose a position.
And now here's Jeff Gordon trying to drive on the outside of Rusty Wallace. Remember last time he passed Rusty Wallace on the outside? Shh, stop losing my voice.
Relax, PP. It's only a race.
I was going to pass him on the inside. He remembered what happened the last time.
So Jeff Gordon now moves up to third. It's still Spencer, Burton, Gordon, and then Wallace.
And once again, they're going to try and threaten now. Burton says, I don't like that 3 abreast too good.
Ernie Irvin trying to hang on to the lead lap. He is in 12th position.
And Mike Skinner, as you can see, pulled away from Spencer, so he is in 11th at the tail end of the lead lap.
That's for the lead, the 99 and 23.
Here comes Gordon.
He's going to make it 3 abreast? No, so that won't work.
Now he might.
Now he's going on the inside of Spencer. As Spencer slides up the racetrack.
And Jimmy Spencer falls to third as now Jeff Burton has the lead and Gordon is second.
Okay, now he's going to try to put Ernie a lap down.
Ernie running in 12th spot.
Burton has the pressure tires. Ernie's been out there a while on his.
Meanwhile, there's the battle. Bobby Labonte gets sideways. He stands right up in front of the field, slams in the wall.
He was unable to save it. He hit the wall big time with the back end of the car.
Now can you put the tires on this thing?
The caution waves once again for the 8th time tonight.
Got a lot of damage to the rear of that Interstate Batteries Pontiac. Amazing the thing will even pull. Right.
You know, he crashed going in turn 3 and the wreck started off turn 2. That's amazing how hard he hit after going that distance.
Scrubbed off a little speed, but still hit very hard. Here it is again.
There we see he's on the inside of Spencer, and looks like Rusty Wallace might have made some contact with him. And here goes Labonte. And somehow Rusty goes through all this. All these cars somehow get through this.
Now Rusty and Bobby Hamilton, Mark Martin all coming in the pits. As we watch again here.
Now from Mark Martin's car.
He sees a lot of smoke, but it dissipates pretty early. Let's go to the pits, Jerry.
Rusty Wallace, one of the 3 cars that did not pit on the previous caution flag. Now they've gotten 4 fresh tires on. He is down. Likewise, Mark Martin goes by at the end of pit road, and Bobby Hamilton exiting also with a 4-tire change.
Bobby Labonte, meanwhile, takes off the steering wheel, lowers the net, and obviously is not a very happy race driver at the moment. He was running in the top 5. Ready is 5th, and back in 6th position is Rusty Wallace, who has persevered through some ups and downs this evening. He's in the 6th spot. Right behind him is Mark Martin in 7th, Bobby Hamilton 8th.
Bob, I'm sure that some fans will wonder, well, it said Rusty Wallace was 2 laps down one time after he made a green flag pit stop a little bit early. But when everybody else made great green flag pit stops, that put him back, and we mentioned that it would, once they made those green flag pit stops, so it put him back on the lead lap then.
See Mike Skinner back there, and once again I got to get a call for Skinner because he was a lap down. He's fought hard. He's back on the lead lap, running in 9th spot.
Jeff Burton will pick up the 5 bonus points for leading the most laps here tonight. The total is 178 and counting.
Oh, Dale Jarrett and Chad Little get together off of turn 4.
And once again Jarrett spins, and there is no other car involved. No caution as of yet. If Jarrett can get the car rolling, he will not bring out a caution, and that is the situation.
He's had a tough night.
Yes, he has. That's a 2nd spin for Dale tonight.
Here comes Jeff Burton. There comes Jeff Gordon. Mark, we see 0.52 seconds. Half second back is Jeff Gordon.
He is closing in with 9 laps to go, and Martin and Schrader almost collide.
Boy, they're battling hard for that 3rd position.
John Andretti is watching all of this.
4,200 now.
1/10 of a second a lap.
There are 8 to go, and he may need only 4 if he keeps it up at that rate.
Of course, catching him is one thing and passing him is another.
They're running 2 entirely different grooves.
We've just got about 3 minutes of racing left, folks. Don't go away. Gordon is now within just a few car lengths of Jeff Burton. It's down to a 1/3 of a second.
And now Jeff Burton has moved up the racetrack to the same groove that Jeff Gordon was running.
A head-to-head duel coming up between Jeff Burton and Jeff Gordon. 6 to go. It's 24/100ths of a second.
Ken Burton said, we want to win one in Virginia. Come on, let's win one in Virginia. They're both from South Boston, down the road about 60, 70 miles.
Here's Gordon looking to the inside with 5 to go.
See the bumper cover on Jeff Burton's car. Someone has hit the back of it because it's waving in the breeze. Oh, Burton gets the thing loose as he comes off the corner.
Gordon got a run on him.
It's given him an opportunity to get to the inside of Jeff Burton off the corner. Burton maintains the advantage. Boy, Jeff has given it a great battle.
both Jeffs.
Yes.
When you say Jeff, you cover it all there, don't you? Gordon's beating him right there off the 2. Got a run on him.
Once again, Jeff Gordon tries to move alongside Burton. It's been a clean battle between these two. 3 laps to go.
That's exactly what I was thinking, Bob. How clean it is.
Now right here is where Jeff Gordon is beating Jeff Burton. But on turn 4, Burton is beating Gordon. That might be where the recount, because that's when they come to the start-finish line.
Here's Jeff again to the inside. Burton.
Well, that time
through. They're almost side by side. This may be where Gordon passes.
He's got to run, but he can't use that momentum off the corner. Burton comes back.
Great battle.
Gordon had to back off coming off the turn.
White flag coming out. Will it be Burton or Gordon at Richmond? 1 more lap to go. Gordon in behind Jeff Burton. Gordon heads for the inside, coming off corner number 2, down the backstretch. Jeff Gordon pulls alongside, but Burton inches ahead as they move through the 3rd and 4th corners. They're coming to the line for the win. It is Jeff Burton winning over Jeff Gordon. What a great race.
Wow.
Martin made a great drive to finish 3rd.
And look at Kim. 2nd win.